I'm a sports podcast, so I think it only makes sense for me to give out my Super Bowl predictions. And before I do, leave a like if you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts, leave a 5-star review. But I've been thinking about what I'm going to say in this podcast because I know who my prediction is, but I want to explain why I think my prediction's going to win. Because the majority of the money right now is on the Eagles. I think it's like 70% of the money is on the Eagles money line. So that means majority of the world thinks the Eagles is going to win. Pretty much. At least the majority of the sports gamblers do. I think that the Chiefs are going to win, and I think it's not going to be close. I think it's actually going to be a blowout. I know. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy to say that considering the Eagles have like the most well-rounded team we've seen in years. They had like, 17 Pro Bowlers? Like, including, like backup Pro Bowlers or whatever they call them. They had like 17 of them, right? On both ends combined. Versus, like, I'm saying that team's going to get blown out, and they have like 17 Pro Bowlers. And the reason I'm saying that, well, actually, there's two reasons. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a top 5 coach of all time. He is a literal genius when it comes to the clipboard in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, when you ask him why have you been so successful, he says Andy Reid. That's the first words that come out of his mouth because it's true. Andy Reid is a genius, but obviously Patrick Mahomes has natural talent as well. Patrick Mahomes is also a genius on the field. So you got a genius with the clipboard, you got a genius on the field along with all that talent. You're unstoppable, especially when you're facing a team like this Eagles team. Like this Eagles team is good, but the Chiefs defense is also good too. You can't sleep on that Chiefs defense. If the Chiefs can slow down this run game, they win. If they can slow down the Phillies run game, it's over. Absolutely over because there's no slowing down Patrick Mahomes. You can try to limit him maybe just a little bit in certain areas, but you're not going to slow him down. You're not going to stop him. Patrick Mahomes will slice and dice your defense like you've never seen before. And so my score prediction's 37-21 Chiefs. I know that seems probably a lot, but to me, not really. It's the Chiefs. They're the best team in the league with the best player in the world. And that's not the only reason why I think they're going to win. Like those two reasons are big, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But on the other end, the Eagles, they have a young quarterback 3 years in, and they have a young coach who's confident but cocky. You know what I'm saying? He's not prepared for this. Nick Sirianni, he's not prepared for this. Not even close. There's no way he's prepared for this. And so you got a young coach, you got a young quarterback who've never been to the game like this. And who did they beat to get to this position? Go ahead, answer it in your head. The Giants and the 49ers without a quarterback. Literally, they face a team with no quarterback, and they face Daniel Jones and the Giants. Daniel Jones is great. If the Colts traded for him this offseason and got him or signed him, I'd be ecstatic. But that team is dog shit, for lack of better terms. The Giants. They're horrible. Terrible. Only team that was worse than them in the playoffs is the Buccaneers. And that's who the Eagles had to win to get to this big game. That's who they had to beat, the Giants and the 49ers. Here's the Giants, here's the 49ers. The Chiefs are 10 miles above them. This isn't even close. This is the hardest matchup of the year and the biggest game of the year. The Eagles don't stand a chance in this game, and I get it. They have 17 Pro Bowlers in the whole entire offense. They have an insane defensive line, good secondary, a great run game, amazing offensive line, all this stuff. They have a solid quarterback, a solid running back, good wide receivers. But you're facing like arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. He's already in the argument. Arguably the greatest coach of all time. And arguably the greatest tight end of all time. Not only that, but you're facing a team who's been there before, who knows how to play in these big moments, in these big games. You got an experienced defense on the Chiefs' end with Chris Jones and all those guys. And I think there's no stopping the Chiefs. I think this is a blowout. 37-21 Chiefs. That's my prediction. That's not the end of the podcast. This is going to be a shorter episode, but I do want to say one other thing. There's motive. There's different levels of motive in this game. And I understand. It's the Super Bowl. Everyone is pumped out of their goddamn minds to win this game on both ends. Okay? I get that. I get it. But the Eagles are way younger of a team. Like overall, they're younger. I know they have Ndamukong Suh, but he's not like a huge piece of the team. They're way younger. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, all of them are so young, right? They'll be here again probably. Maybe not, but they'll have multiple chances to get here again. The Chiefs, on the other hand, Patrick Mahomes is young. He's 27 in his prime, and his prime will probably be for another 8, 10, 15, 20 years. Who knows? But you have Mahomes in his prime, but then you have Travis Kelce, who's at the end of his prime. You also have Mahomes, whose legacy is on the line. His legacy, he's already in the GOAT argument. If Mahomes loses this Super Bowl, he'll be on he'll be like where LeBron was in 2013 or whatever, 2014 when he lost to, or 2011 when he lost to Dirk. Oh yeah, he's good, but like, or when he lost to Curry in one of those years in like the late 2010s. Oh yeah, he got to all these finals, but he lost them. He's not better than MJ. You know, if Mahomes loses this, his legacy argument's gonna be a little bit diminished. But if he wins this, he's already going to be in the GOAT conversation. Right now, he's being compared to Montana, Manning, all those guys. I think if he wins this and is a blowout and he dominates, honestly, I'm a huge fucking Peyton Manning fan, but I got to say it. He might just be there eye to eye with Tom Brady. Like he's with our two eyes. Let's just act like it's me and you just talking. Whoever's on the other end of this. Have we seen a more talented quarterback than Patrick Mahomes ever in your life? A more talented quarterback, not a smarter quarterback, not a more accurate quarterback, a more talented quarterback in our lifetime. Have we seen it? In my opinion, the only other quarterback who comes close to Patrick Mahomes' talent is Aaron Rodgers. That I've seen with my own two eyes, personally. That's with my own two eyes. Those are the two most talented people I've ever seen play quarterback. And you can't beat talent. So I'm picking the Chiefs 37-21. Kelce has motive. Patrick Mahomes has motive. Andy Reid has motive. He's probably going to retire in within the next 5 years. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe he'll stick this out until, he eats his last cheeseburger. I don't know. Because he has Patrick Mahomes. Why would he retire? But, Kelce's getting old. Andy Reid's getting old. They have a lot of motive. Legacy on the line. I think the Chiefs win this, and I think they win it by a good margin. But that's the podcast, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you listening. Be sure to leave a 5-star review if you're on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Appreciate all love and support, guys. I can't thank you enough for giving me this opportunity to talk sports with you guys. And yeah, follow me on TikTok. And I did make a sports Twitter. It's Sporting M Pod on Twitter. That's the @ The link tree will be down below, though, if you want to go check it out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.